Dear students, previous classes we will detailed described about the plant growth. What is the meaning of growth? How many phases of growth? What is the growth rate? What are the control for growths? What is meaning of differentiation, dedifferentiation and redifferentiation, as well as development of plant cell and also plasticity. Today we are going to discuss about the important topic that is named plant growth regulators, short form PGRS, or plant hormones and phytohormones. Dear students, what is meaning of plant growth regulators or plant hormones or phytohormones? So dear students, the stages of growth or respond to the some chemical substances synthesized inside the living plant body, that is called plant growth regulators, are also known as plant hormones or phytohormones. Once again, the stages of growth or respond to the some chemical substances synthesized inside the living plant body, that is called plant growth regulators, short form PGRS. Plant growth regulators are also known as plant hormones or phytohormones. Okay, now let us know, in this plant growth regulators or plant hormones or phytohormones can be broadly divided into two categories based on the functions in living body. Okay, now plant growth regulators can be divided into two categories based on their functions in the living plant body. So two categories are here. First category, plant growth promoters. Second category, plant growth inhibitors. Plant growth regulators can be broadly divided into two categories based on their functions in the living plant body. These two categories are here. First category, plant growth promoters. Second category, plant growth inhibitors. What are the examples for plant growth promoters? What are the examples for plant growth inhibitors? So dear students, given the example for plant growth promoters such as auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins. Given the example for plant growth inhibitors, take the examples for, one is abscisic acid, short form ABA, and ethylene. So the ethylene molecular formula C2H4, that is ethylene or ethylene. So these two are plant growth inhibitors. But here especially plant growth inhibitors are here abscisic acid or ABA, but ethylene sometimes to be act of plant growth promoters and either to be act of plant growth inhibitors. But it is largely inhibits the growth activities, that is ethylene. Okay, now plant growth promoters or PGP are in auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins. plant growth inhibitors or PGI or in oxalic acid or ABA and ethylene, that is C2H4. But dear students, to be observed, clearly understand, oxalic acid is the very most important of plant growth inhibitors. But second plant growth inhibitors are here ethylene. So ethylene to be act sometimes plant growth promoters and sometimes to be act of plant growth inhibitors. The gaseous phase are, that is ethylene, to be its act of either both promoter and inhibitor, but it is largely inhibit of the growth activities. It is largely respond to inhibit of the plant growth activities, that is ethylene. That is ethylene. Okay, now next coming to what is the perform of plant growth promoters. Okay, now so plant growth promoters to be active some functions, so such as cell elongation, cell enlargement and tropic growth, flowering, fruiting and seed formation. So these functions mainly involved to be plant growth promoters. Plant growth promoters are here auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins. Both plant growth promoters are involved cell division, cell enlargement or cell elongation and tropic growth, especially flowering, fruiting and seed formation. These are the important functions are carrying plant growth promoters. And plant growth inhibitors to be carrying some functions, to be activity of some functions. So both are oxalic acid and ethylene, mainly to be involved in the dormancy and abscission. Dormancy and abscission. So both plant growth inhibitors play an important role in the plant body response to wounded and stresses of abiotic and biotic of the origin, but mainly especially involves to the dormancy and abscission. Dormancy and abscission. Dormancy means some plant of the embryo is always not germinating, that is dormancy. Abscission, some plants of the leaves and some plants of the fruits and some plants of the flowers is easily falling out, that is abscission. That is abscission. So in those functions carrying plant growth inhibitors, plant growth inhibitors. And now generally auxins are always indole compounds. Auxins are always indole compounds. Okay, now plant growth promoters, the first plant growth promoter are here auxins. Auxins are always indole compounds, that is indole 3-ester acid, indole butyric acid and gibberellins. Gibberellins are always terpenes. Gibberellins are always terpenes. Okay, now and cytokinins is always adenine, that is N6-perfluoryl aminofurin. N6-perfluoryl aminofurin, that is kinetin. That is kinetin. Okay, now plant growth promoters, the first one here auxins. Auxins are always indole compounds such as IAA, indole 3-ester acid, IBA, indole butyric acid. Next, second plant growth promoters, gibberellins, are always terpenes such as gibberellic acid, GA1 up to GA100. And third, plant growth promoters, that is cytokinins. Cytokinins are always derivatives of adenines, that is N6-furfuryl aminofurin, that is kinetin. And plant growth inhibitors, the first plant growth inhibitors are here abscisic acid or ABA, derivatives from carotenoids. Abscisic acid or ABA, derivatives of carotenoids. And ethylene is always gases. Okay, now plant growth inhibitors, the first plant growth inhibitor abscisic acid or ABA is derivatives of carotenoids. Ethylene, that is C2H4, is always derivatives of gases, that is gases plant hormone or gases phytohormone or gases PGR, that is ethylene, C2H4. So this is about the plant growth regulators or plant hormones or phytohormones. Next, coming to auxins. So that is a discovery of auxins. Who is discovered by auxins, given that to be using of experiments. Okay, now. So now coming to auxins, that is a discovery of auxins. This is a first plant growth promoter. Auxins are first plant growth promoter. So the discovery of auxins is discovered by auxins. So now let us, Charles Darwin and his son Francis Darwin, that the coleoptils of canary grass. This is a coleoptil of canary grass. Responded to unilateral illumination. So by growing towards the light source, that is known as phototropism. Charles Darwin and his son Francis Darwin to be taken off one coleoptil of canary grass. To be responded to the unilateral illumination towards the light source. Unilateral illumination అంటే only light to be presence of one direction, only one direction of light to be expressed in coleoptil of canary grass. This phenomenon is known as phototropism. Charles Darwin and his son Francis Darwin to be taken off one coleoptil of canary grass to be observed tip of the coleoptil of canary grass to be expressed in unilateral illumination of light. This light source towards the only tip of the part, that is known as phototropism. Okay, now next coming to, after a series of experiment, it was concluded that the tip of the coleoptile was the site of transmittable influence that caused the bending of entire coleoptile. Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin only to be observed coleoptile of canary grass the first time. Then after some time to be seriously exposed of the coleoptile canary grass. So in this time, so the tip of the coleoptile, to be cutting of the tip of the coleoptile, and then to be taken off one agarose plate. So cutting of the tip of the coleoptile to be possible of the agarose plates. So the tip of the coleoptiles to be transmitted into the some chemical substances in those of agarose plates. Okay, now Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin after some time to be cutting at the tip of the coleoptile and to be taken off one agarose gel plate, and these tip of the coleoptiles to be enclosing of the agarose plates, waiting for some time. So in this time the tip of the coleoptile of some chemical substances to be transmitted into the agarose plates. So then after some time these transmitted agarose plates so to be illustrated into the tip of the coleoptile. So in this time total coleoptile of the bending of the entire coleoptile. Why? Because so one direction of the light to be presence of in the tip of the agarose plates. By means tip of the coleoptile containing some of the chemical substances. Those chemical substances are here. Oxens are IAA or IBA. These oxens of IAA, IBA easily transmitted into the agarose plates. This chemical substances of agarose plates to be transferred into the tip of the coleoptile. So in this time easily bending of the entire coleoptile. Why? Because the agarose plate is also containing some of the chemical substances such as oxygen components. This oxygen component easily absorption of the light towards the light. So then easily bending of the entire coleoptile. So Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin finally to be find out the tip of the coleoptile containing some of the oxygen chemical components such as IAA, IBA. So these are two having of canary grass of coleoptile or oat seedling of coleoptile. Finally, oxygen was isolated by F.W. Went from the tip of the coleoptile of oat seedlings. Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin to be observed coleoptile of canary grass, and then after F.W. Went to be observed coleoptile of oat seedlings. Oxygen was isolated by F.W. Went from the tip of coleoptiles of oat seedlings. Okay, now coleoptile means embryo is differentiated into coleoptile and coleorhiza. The germination of seed or embryo differentiated into coleoptile region and coleorhiza region. Coleoptile region to be produced shoot part, coleorhiza region to be produced root part. Okay, now. And auxins was first isolated from human urine. So auxins only isolated from canary grass of coleoptile tips and oat seedlings of coleoptile tips. And auxins is also isolated from human urine Okay, now auxins was first isolated from human urine, that is IAA. So dear students, auxins are generally in two types mainly. One is natural auxins and that second one is synthetic auxins. Natural auxins are here IAA, IBA. So both are found naturally in plants, not preparing of the auxins. Synthetic auxins, that is preparation of auxins, prepare of auxins. So both are NAA, 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T. Next coming to the class. Okay now. Auxins are mainly two types, natural auxins, synthetic auxins. Natural auxins by means naturally to be naturally to be found in plants such as IAA, IBA. But some of the synthetic auxins are here, that is 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T, NAA. Okay now. Auxins was first isolated from human urine, especially in which type of auxin? That is one type of indole compound. Okay now. So that is IAA, indole 3-acetic acid. By means indole 3-acetic acid is also available in human urine. Okay now. Next coming to auxins are generally produced by growing apices of the stems and roots of plants. Auxins are generally produced by plants in the main tip of the root and tip of the stem. That is stem tip and root tip. Okay now. Auxins generally isolated from human urine. At the same time, auxins are generally produced from the plants of root tip and shoot tip. That is abscess of the root and abscess of the stem. Abscess of the stem. So this is about the plant growth regulators and auxins. And auxins, that is discovery of auxins. That is discovery of auxins. Next coming to the class, the physiological effects of auxins. The physiological effects of auxins and what are the uses of auxins in agricultural and horticultural level. Okay now, thank you.